What you are about to hear is not just a story about a car. It is a story about a moment that changed the future of the world. Because one person refused to wait. In the late 1800s, a man named Karl Benz created something no one had ever seen before. A machine that can move without a horse. The first real automobile. It had the potential to change everything. But there was one problem. No one believed in it. Not the public, not investors, and deep down, not even Karl himself. He was a brilliant engineer, but he was afraid of failure, afraid of what people would say. So instead of showing his invention to the world, he kept it hidden, locked inside his workshop, waiting for the right moment. But that moment never came, because fear has a way of stopping progress. And if things continued like this, his invention would disappear, forgotten, and everything he had worked for would collapse. But there was someone else watching, someone who understood what this machine really meant. His wife, Bertha. She had already sacrificed everything for this idea. She had invested her own money into it, believed in it when no one else did. And she could see something Karl could not. If people did not see the car in action, they would never believe in it. So she made a decision. A bold, risky, almost unthinkable decision. She would prove it herself. Early one morning in 1888, before anyone could stop her, Bertha took the car. Without telling her husband, without asking permission, she woke up her two sons, and together they pushed the vehicle out of the workshop, quietly, so the noise would not wake Karl, because if he knew, he might have stopped her. And then something incredible happened. She started the engine and drove away, not for a short test, not around the street, but on a journey no one had ever attempted before. Over 100 kilometers. From Mannheim to Pforzheim, a distance that at the time felt almost impossible. The roads were not made for cars. They were rough, unpaved, designed for horses and wagons, and the machine she was driving was not fully ready. It was experimental, fragile, unproven, but Bertha did not turn back, because this was not just a journey, it was a statement, a test. A risk that could either prove everything or destroy everything. And as the journey began, the real challenge started. From the moment Bertha left, everything became uncertain. The machine was new, unpredictable, and every kilometer revealed a new problem. At one point, the fuel stopped flowing. The engine began to fail. Most people would have stopped, turned back, given up. But Bertha did something different. She stepped out, looked at the problem, and solved it herself. Using nothing but a simple hat pin, she cleared the fuel line, and the engine came back to life. Later, another issue appeared. A wire began to malfunction. Again, no tools, no help. Just quick thinking. She removed her own clothing piece and used it to fix the problem. Improvising, adapting, moving forward. This was no longer just a journey. She had become the mechanic, the driver, the problem solver. Every challenge became a solution. Every obstacle became progress. As they moved forward, the roads became harder. Steeper hills, rough terrain. The car struggled. There is no proper gear system for climbing, no strong brakes for going down. And yet, she continued. At one point, realizing the brakes were not enough, she stopped at a local cobbler and asked him to add leather to the braking system. In that moment, she created something new, the first brake lining, a solution that would later become standard in cars around the world. But the biggest problem was still ahead: fuel. At that time, there were no gas stations, no infrastructure, nothing designed to support a machine like this. And eventually the car began to run low. This could have ended everything. But Bertha found a solution. She stopped at a pharmacy and bought a chemical used for cleaning. Legroin, fuel for the engine. That small moment turned that pharmacy into the first gas station in history. As they passed through towns and villages, people stared. Some were afraid, some were confused, some thought the machine was dangerous, but they could not ignore it. A loud, moving machine without a horse, driven by a woman. That alone changed perception, because if she could control it, maybe it was not as impossible as people thought. And finally, after hours of struggle, problem solving, and persistence, she arrived. She sent a message to her husband, not asking for permission, not explaining herself. Just one simple message. They made it. That journey changed everything. News spread quickly. People started talking. The invention was no longer hidden. It was proven. It worked. Because of Bertha's journey, Karl improved the design, added better gears, better brakes, and soon after, the first real automobile was sold, the beginning of a new era. But here is the most important part. Karl Benz invented the car, but Bertha Benz made the world believe in it. She did not just support the idea, she proved it, risked everything, and showed what was possible. And even today, her story reminds us of something powerful. Sometimes the difference between failure and success is not the invention itself. It is the courage to take it into the world, because progress does not happen in safe places. It happens when someone is willing to take the risk and drive forward anyway.